Ever look at your bank account and wonder why you bought things you do not even like? I am 50 years old and I have seen men go bankrupt buying cars they do not need to impress people they do not know. You think you are buying a phone or a pair of shoes. You are wrong. You are buying a feeling. You are buying a temporary anesthetic for your soul. In 2026, brands are not selling products anymore. They have unlocked a secret weapon, Carl Jung's archetypes. They are bypassing your logic and speaking directly to your deepest, most unconscious desires. We are about to expose exactly how they do it and how you can stop paying for illusions. You sit there, scrolling through Amazon at 11 p.m. You compare the specs, the megapixels, the horsepower, the thread count. You tell yourself, this is a logical decision. This upgrade will make me more productive. This car will make me safer. This skincare routine will finally make me confident. But let's be brutally honest for a second. 5 minutes after you unbox it, the thrill is gone. The box is in the recycling bin, and you are left with the same old feeling of incompleteness. Why? Because you are suffering from the feature fallacy. You are trying to fill a deep emotional void with a cold technical specification. And in 2026, companies know this better than you know yourself. They know you are tired of data. You are drowning in data. What you are starving for is meaning. So they stopped selling products and started building churches. Look at the brands you love. They don't just have customers, they have believers. They don't just have logos, they have icons. They are not selling you a laptop, they are selling you the identity of a creative genius. They are not selling you running shoes, they are selling you the spirit of an unstoppable warrior. They are promising that if you buy this, you will belong, you will matter. But it is a lie. A beautifully curated, expensive lie, because no amount of external purchase can fix an internal lack of worth. You are chasing a ghost in a shopping wall, and the only thing getting lighter is your wallet.
So what are these new gods? What are the invisible stories that drive our purchases? They are Carl Jung's archetypes, the original blueprints of the human soul. Let me show you. Next time you see a Nike ad, watch closely. They are not selling you a shoe. They are selling you that final grueling mile of the marathon. They are selling you the comeback story. They are selling the voice in your head that whispers, just do it. They are selling you the hero. Look at an Apple commercial. They are not selling you a processor speed. They are selling you a clean white canvas, an elegant solution to a chaotic world, the power to create something beautiful, something that matters. They are selling you the sage, the creator. They are selling you the belief that you are a genius waiting to be unleashed. Think about a Harley Davidson ad. They are not selling you an engine. They are selling you the open road. They are selling you the escape from your cubicle, from your mortgage, from the person you're supposed to be. They are selling you freedom. They are selling you the rebel, the outlaw. Do you see the pattern? You are not buying a product. You are buying a piece of your unlived life back. You are buying the hero you wished you were when you look in the mirror. You are buying the rebel you wished you were in that soul-crushing meeting. You are buying the lover you wished you were when you feel lonely at night. Brands have figured out our deepest psychological needs, our archetypal hungers, and they are selling us the cure, one transaction at a time. They are not selling you a thing. They are selling you you. This isn't just a clever theory from 100 years ago. This is a science, a multi-billion-dollar industry built on one simple truth. Your brain decides to buy long before you do. For decades, marketers relied on focus groups. They asked people, "Why did you buy this?" And people would give logical, respectable answers. "I liked the color. The price was right. It had good reviews." But Jung knew better. He taught us that the real reasons for our actions lie hidden in the vast ocean of the unconscious. He said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." You will call it fate. You will call your impulsive purchase a good deal. You will call your brand loyalty a preference. But it is all fate until you turn on the lights. Today, marketers have turned on the floodlights. They call it neuromarketing. They can see exactly what is happening inside your skull when you watch an ad. They don't have to ask you what you think anymore. They can see it. They can see the fear centers light up when they show a problem. They can see the reward pathways fire when they show the solution. They can measure the dilation of your pupils, the sweat on your skin. They can pinpoint the exact moment your rational mind goes offline and your primal brain takes over. And what are they finding in this hidden world? They are finding that Jung's map of the soul was startlingly accurate. The images and stories that resonate the most, the ones that bypass our logical defenses, are the ones that speak the ancient language of archetypes. Let me give you a concrete example from 2026. Think of a high-end electric car ad. They might spend 2 seconds on the battery range, but they spend 30 seconds showing the car driving silently through a majestic, empty mountain pass. Why? Because they're not selling you a car. They're selling you the archetype of the explorer, the pioneer. They're selling you freedom from the noisy, polluted city. They're selling you sovereignty, control, a quiet escape. Your unconscious mind sees that majestic landscape, and it whispers, "Yes, I need that peace. I need that escape." And before you've even thought about your budget, a part of you has already signed the papers. The decision was made for you milliseconds before you were even aware of it. This is where we stand on a dangerous ethical tightrope. Is it wrong for a brand to tell a story that resonates with our deepest needs? To connect with us on an emotional level? Of course not. That is the essence of art and human connection. When a story makes you feel seen, understood, it is a beautiful thing. But when does that resonance cross the line into manipulation? When a company studies your brain's response to loneliness and then crafts an ad that perfectly triggers that loneliness to sell you a social media app, is that connection or is that predation? When a brand identifies your unconscious fear of aging, of becoming irrelevant, and then uses that fear to sell you an expensive watch, are they selling you a legacy or are they just profiting from your mortality? There are no easy answers here, and the law will always be years behind the technology. So the only defense you have is your own awareness. The first step to freedom is to know that you are in a prison. To know that every ad you see, every piece of content you consume, is a subtle psychological operation designed to activate an archetype within you. They are not just trying to sell you a product, they are trying to summon a god. And if you are not aware of which god is being summoned, you will become its slave. The choice is not to stop feeling. The choice is to start feeling consciously, to recognize the archetypal pull and to ask yourself, is this story serving my soul, or am I just serving their bottom line?
So how do you fight a multi-billion-dollar industry that knows your brain better than you do? You do not fight it with logic. You do not fight it with willpower. Willpower is a finite resource, and they have an infinite budget. You fight it with a pause, a sacred pause. Here is my no BS challenge to you. It is simple, but it is not easy. The next time you are about to click that Buy Now button, the next time you are standing in line with that thing in your hand that you suddenly desperately need, I want you to stop for 10 seconds, just 10 seconds. Take one deep breath, and in that silence, I want you to ask yourself one question. Not, do I need this? That is a trick question. Your brain will always invent a reason. Ask this instead. What feeling am I trying to buy? What story am I telling myself this product will give me? Am I buying a jacket? Or am I buying the feeling of being seen, of being attractive? Am I buying a new phone? Or am I buying the feeling of being efficient, of being in control? Am I buying this organic, gluten-free, artisanal snack? Or am I buying the feeling of being virtuous, of being a good person? Be honest. Look at the ache inside that the product is promising to soothe. 9 times out of 10, you will realize that the product cannot fix that ache. It is just a temporary patch on a soul wound. And in that moment of clarity, you can choose. You can choose to put it back on the shelf. You can choose to close the browser tab. You can save your money. And more importantly, you can choose to save your soul from another empty promise. If you are ready to stop buying illusions, if you are ready to become a conscious consumer, I want you to make a declaration in the comments below. Type the words, "I see the trap," and add the name of one brand or one product that you now realize has been selling you an archetype, not an item. This is your first act of consumer rebellion. This is how you start to take your power back. You are not a consumer. You are a creator. You are not a demographic. You are a soul. Do not let anyone, no matter how clever their algorithm, tell you otherwise. When you stop buying the myth, you start living the reality. You realize that the hero you were trying to buy with those shoes was already inside you, waiting to run. You realize that the sage you were trying to buy with that computer was already inside you, waiting to write. You save your money, but more importantly, you save your energy for the things that actually matter. This is what it means to be sovereign in 2026. But if the market cannot give us the answers we seek, where do we look? If the solutions are not on the shelf, where are they hiding? They are hiding in the dark. In our next video, Carl Jung, 2026, The Wisdom of Dreams, we are going to leave the noisy marketplace of instant gratification and enter the silent cathedral of your own psyche. We are going to learn how to decode the messages that come to you when you sleep. Messages that are not trying to sell you anything, but are trying to tell you everything. You won't want to miss that journey. Join us. Subscribe, not to buy, but to become. Share this with someone you know who is addicted to the Buy Now button, because the most valuable things in life are the ones that don't have a price tag. I am 50 years old, and I have learned that you cannot buy your way to a meaningful life. You have to build it. Go live.